Let's get started with the first command. Let's say we had a bunch of gibberish like this, and we want to clear the screen. So what we can do is use the clear command, as you can see here. And there's another way. Let's do a bunch of gibberish, which is Control L. If we do, actually we didn't remove the text, but we moved our screen down, because if you scroll up, you still can see it. So Control L, so it's still here. Let's clear it. Also, let's say you write something like that, and actually you want to remove the left side. So what you can do is press Control U. As you can see, I removed the left part. And for example, I want to remove the right part. I press Control K and Control U. As you can see, this is a difference between removing from the left and right. There is a command called what is. For example, already seen the clear. For example, what is clear? You can see it's clear the terminal screen. Okay. There is also a very important command, which is man, which stands for manual. If you do clear, we get the documentation of that particular command. So I'm pressing here space. B, I'm pressing B now to go up. And press Q to get out. Okay, now let's go to PWD, which is print working directory. As you can see, we get the current working directory. So if you say what is PWD, we get print the name of the current working directory. If we want to move between folders, we're going to use the CD, which stands for change directory. So for example, before CD, let's write ls. Let's say we have these folders and we want to move to, for example, downloads folder. We can do down just 3 words and press tab, then enter. And now we change our directory from the root to download. If you do print working directory, you can say now we are in the downloads folder. And now if we want to go back, we can do cd space dot dot. And now we are back to the root folder. Let's say I want to go to download because I want to show you something, and ls. Okay, there is a folder down there called vim, so I want to go to vim. Okay, let's say I want to go to the root folder. Instead of doing cd dot dot to be here, we can just do this. So cd download and downloads and vim. We can also do this to go to a particular path, separating the folders by a /. And now I am in the vim folder. Let's try to go to the root folder. What I can do is write just cd and press enter. As you can see, I'm in the main folder. Okay, now let's go to the ls. What is ls? So it's not the first one, but it's the second one, this one. List directories content. If you go ls manual ls, you can see that it has different flags. As you can see here, the A, which don't ignore entries starting within dot. There are a lot here. So let's try explore a few of them. So ls, this is first one, and if we do ls and do the flag with a dash L, so the L means a list. As you can see here, this here is actually the size. But because we haven't used a particular flag, now it's by default is in byte. So can do ls -l-h to make it a readable YAML format. Okay, let's explore another flag, which is a list. Also make it readable, and also a. So a here shows only, if we do just ls, you get only this, but with a, I'm just using the arrow keys to use the previous commands. But here we can see that there are different folders. There are more. You can see that the folders that start with a dot. So in Linux, any folder that starts with a dot is actually a hidden file or folder. So if we do open and dot, we're going to open it in File Explorer, alternative of Linux. As you can see, we don't have any file starts with a dot because it's hidden. So if we do or go to view and check show hidden files, you can see all the folders and files that are hidden. They all start with a dot. Okay, That's the ls command. Let's see how we create folders. Let's go to cd. Let's go to downloads and then vim folder. What do we have there? Okay, we don't have a lot of folders. That's good. So let's make a folder. So to make a folder is make dir and the name of your folder. For example, test directory as an example. If we do ls, as you can see, it's here. We can also create multiple folders at the same time. So here is, for example, folder 1, folder 2, folder 3. So we're going to create 3 folders at the same time. As you can see here, we have these folders. Test directory. So now we are inside our folder that we just created. Let's go back. cd space dot. Okay, let's remove it. So rm. First, I want to show you something. What is rm dir? So I remove empty directories. So this is important. We will be able to remove folders with this command only when they are empty. If they are not, we can't remove them. And we're going to put another folder inside the folder and see that we can't. So let's first try this simple way. Remove dir and test directory. Okay, it got removed. All right, let's remove this second one. Folder 2, folder 1, and also there is flags verbose so that it gets you a message what it's doing. As you can see here, we're moving directory 1, moving directory 2. Okay, let's play with the folder 3. Now let's create another folder inside that folder. So make dir folder 3 and let's call it subfolder. Alright, and now try to remove it. Remove dir. As you can see, we are not able to remove it because this folder contains a folder. It doesn't matter if it contains a folders or a file, anything. As long as it contains something, you will not be able to remove it. So what's the solution? There is another command, so which is rm. Remove just rm. So what is rm? As you can see, remove files or directories. So we have to be cautious. It's very important when you remove something from the command, you can't recover it. It doesn't go to the trash. So you remove it with no return. So rm, and we also need the flag to remove it. If you do just the rm and folder, we'll not be able. So we need the flag here, which is recursive, and also do verbose to get the message. As you can see here, it got removed because of the error recursive. For the view it shows you the log and the messages here. Alright, so we saw how to create a folder and how to remove it. Now let's see how to create a file. So there are different ways how we can create a file. So first one is touch. Let's call it file1.txt. You don't need to add .txt because Linux allows you to create files without an extension. So press enter, and if we do ls, you can see the file here. This is the one example. You can also do echo and greater sign and then call it file2.txt ls. As you can see, you can also do echo, add a text to it. For example, hey there, and greater sign and file not empty file .txt ls. As you can see, it's here. And to show what's inside that file, you can do that different ways also, but let's do cat not empty and press enter. As you can see here. Also to remove the same thing, we're going to use rm, and let's say for example file1, and let's do the second one, file2, let's do the flag verbose. Okay, file2 removed, and we got the last one, rm not empty. Alright, now we saw how to create a file and also how to delete it. Okay, now let's do some copy paste then. Let's clear it, screen. Okay, do ls. Okay, let's copy this file into downloads folder. Let's see if it's not there. So cd or ls I want to start from the root, so I'm going to use this. I think it's caret. So this sign, and then down this sign means that we start with the main folder. Linux commands. Okay, let's go and remove them. So cd. Going to switch to that downloads. Okay, and here what I want to do, I want to remove the Linux commands .tar and also Linux commands folder. Yeah, folder. Let's do verbose. Okay, yeah, it's a folder. We cannot remove it because there is a file inside it, so we have to add the recursive. Yes, to ls. Yes, let's go to cd vim folder. Okay, and let's move it. For copying is cp copy. What is cp? So copying files and directories. So cp, the source, which file or which directory. Let's use this file. Commands.tar. Where I want to copy it, I want to copy it in downloads. Here, just copy it. Let's do ls and see if it's there. Oh yeah, it's there. That's good. Now let's copy the folder, Linux commands folder, which contains a file. There is a package called tree, as you can see here. Just to show you, there is a file here. So you might not be able to, it doesn't work because you don't have this package, but what you can do is sudo apt install tree. Press enter and put your password and it will install quickly. As you can see, for mine is already installed. Now if we write tree, you will see that tree. Okay, if you have the same structure of mine, which I don't think, but create a folder and put a file in it. So let's do cp and Linux commands. What I'm doing here backslash is if I don't add backslash like that, Linux will think that this is alone, so it's going to try to find a Linux folder which doesn't exist. If I press enter, as you can see, there is no folder called Linux, but I want to say, hey, the space is included as a name, so that's why I add this backslash. This is folder, and copy it where? Copy it in downloads. Go to the main folder and then paste it to the downloads folder. Press enter. No specified in directory Linux commands. Wait a second. Okay, because this folder contains files, so we need to add the recursive flag. Recursive. Press enter. Yeah. If we do now cd or not cd, we don't want to move directory. I want to just print what's inside the download folder. So as you can see, yeah, the Linux command is there. Okay, now we're going to remove these folders. So let's do rm and let's start with command tar. Look, in the vim folder, but we're going to remove a file in the downloads folder. So here we do this and download, and then commands .tar, and let's do verbose to see it that we actually removed, yes. And let's do the same thing but with the folder. For the folder we need to add a recursive because this folder contains a file in it. So Linux commands. Okay, press enter. Yes, removed. If you do ls again, oh, not ls here, but ls in the download folder. Yes, they got removed. Okay, now what you're going to do is the move. We're going to move these folders, not copying, but move them into the download folders. So what is mv? Moving and renaming. Two things we can do with the mv commands.tar. Okay, this is the file and destination. Here we can also change their name. Instead of can do this commands.tar, it works, but we can also change its name. For example, Linux commands, for example, call it, and then tar. Press enter. If we do ls, let's do up. As you can see, it's there. We moved it. As you can see, it's no longer available in the Vim folder. So let's move the folder Linux commands 2 to the download folder. So mv Linux commands, destination is download, and if it's there, yeah, it's there. And in the Vim folder, now it doesn't exist, we moved it. Okay, let's try and change the name of something. Let's change the name of the file here, for example. Let's change the file of this one into another name. So mv Linux commands renamed, call it, okay, .star.bz2. okay, this is the output, but first Linux commands, yeah, the actual file, and then into command .tar.bz2. okay, press enter. Okay, as you can see, it was changed from Linux command to Linux commands renamed. That's good. That's how we rename files too. We can do it both in files and folders. Alright, the next command is going to be find. So what is find? Search for files in a directory hierarchy. So let's say you want to search or find all the txt files in the current directory. So find dot this current directory and subdirectories, and name asterisk, which means we don't care the name of the text file, and then .txt, which means we're searching for the .txt extension. Okay, it didn't find anything here. Vim, yeah, there is no text here. Okay, let's go to the downloads folder. I run the same command. Okay, it found some of them. All these are txt files. Okay, now this is one use of the find command. Now let's go to another one, which is the grep. So what is grep? Print lines dot match patterns. So let's do an example. Let's search for a particular pattern in the file. So here we have this net state. Okay, let's search something in the net state. Grep what? Grep, for example, let's search for the. I'm gonna see the manual. Grep v fixed e ignore case. Okay, I for ignore case. Grep flag I for ignore case, and then net state.txt. Press enter. Oh, really nothing. Even there, does it has content? ls list. Yes, net state has 48 kilobytes, which is full. Let's search for something else. Internet. Actually, it found one. Okay, we can also add the n to see which line. Oh, line number 1. Let's say connection. Yes. Oh, also line 1. Okay. Let's say head 20 net state. That does it has? So it's a table. So let's do, for example, search for mint. If there is a user. Yeah, on line 3 and 4 and okay. Okay. So there is a command called history, which shows the commands that I used. As you can see here, we can also get only 10, the last 10, for example. And let's say I want to apply a particular command. Let's say this one. First, we're going to use this 1603, the line. So we begin with the exclamation mark and then do 1603. Press enter, and as you can see, we get the list. So what is history? Not a descriptive. There is another command which is called top. What is top? Display Linux processes. So top, as you can see here, press Ctrl C. Okay, we can also make the top refresh, for example, every few seconds. Let's do, for example, 2 seconds. So top, and use the flag D and 2 seconds, 2 for 2 seconds. Press enter, and now the this table is going to be refreshed every 2 seconds. Ctrl C. There's another word very important. What is df? So report file system space usage. So if I write df, okay, it's not really informative right now, but let's use the flag H to make the storage human readable. And now you can read it much better now. And that's it. This is the purpose of the df. It shows the size of your space. Okay, there's another one called, so what is du? So estimate file space usage. Okay, so if you do du, okay, it's in byte. Let's do du-h. Okay, you can see now. So in this current folder, which is downloads, so print worker directory downloads, we'll see the size of each folder and file. You can see that this folder has 84 megabytes, this one 16, this one 8, this one is 100, and so on. Okay, now let's see the tar clear. So there is something called tar. This is a archive file. Let's go to vim ls. Okay, so let's remove these files. Linux command run commands. Okay, let's extract this one. How to extract? Tar dash extract, and this compression bzip, so it's the G. Okay, then verbose file name, and then here the name command. All right, press enter. Ls. Okay, let's do tree. Okay, so now let's remove this. Run. Now let's archive this in tar. Note that tar is without compression. So we begin with, let's archive it, tar dash, so C for create, and then verbose, then file name. Let's call it, for example, so this is the Linux. So this is a Linux folder, commands folder, and then what we want to call it, let's call it commands.tar. Wait a second, Linux commands cannot open in a directory or is not recoverable. What's the problem here? Okay, I did the opposite. Sorry, I did the opposite here. We should add the name of the folder, okay, which is called commands.tar. Press enter. Okay, let's now archive it with the compression type. Let's try the gzip. So tar, and wait a second, before creating another type of compression, let's extract this one first, so that we can learn archiving a file, then extracting it. To extract it, we use tar and then comma x for extraction and verbose and file name, which file name is command.tar. Press enter. Okay, and now if we use a compression type, tar create z, we're going to use the gzip compression. That's why I'm writing z, and then verbose file name. File name is going to be, let's call it as an example, called commands. The extension is different, tar.gz, the compressed version. Okay, and then which folder? This one, Linux command. Press enter, ls, here it is. And there is another type of compression which is called the bzip2. So tar create gzip2 file compression and verbose file name. Let's come in, called it commands.tar.gz and Linux commands. Press enter, ls, and here it is. Where is it? Commands dot, not .gz. No, not bz2. That's the pharma. Yes, because we use the bzip2 file compression, so you have to use the same type. Let's create a zip file. So to do that, we do zip, and then let's say commands dot zip, and then which folder commands ls. Okay, we have the zip. Okay, let's try to extract the zip folder. First, let's do aram. I will remove it, and we need to use the recursive because this folder has a file. So Linux, press enter. All right, we don't have that folder. And now to extract the zip file, just do nzip and command, and that's it. Press enter. Oh, there's a problem. We didn't archive that folder, which means that the command.zip is empty. Aram, and then alright, aram command.zip, which one? Let's extract the tar file. Tar, extract verbose file, command.tar. Okay, we have it. That's good. Okay, so let's zip it. Commands dot. That's why it's better to use verbose. So from now on, I'm going to use verbose to make sure that it's compressed. And command.zip, and which folder? Linux. All right. Then Linux commands. It didn't. I think we need to add a recursive. Yes, now it worked. We need to add a recursive, so to compress all the files and folders inside it. Okay, that's good. Okay, so we did it. Let's remove the Linux recursive. Okay, let's unzip. Okay, yeah, it's there. That's good. Okay, now let's explore a command called ps. So what is ps? So a report a snapshot of the current processes. So ps, so that's the ps aux. We have the processes, we have all the processes running. You can see here that it's the root. Actually, there are all of them. The user is the root, but we have all of them. Okay, let's get the ps of the user mint. Okay, these are all the mint processes. Okay, let's learn something. Let's learn another command, which is the kill. The kill is used to kill the processes. So let's try to kill this console. So what's the name of this console? Preference? No. Show menu bar. Okay, it's GNOME terminal. GNOME. Okay, GNOME. Let's find here GNOME. Where is it? Because we need the this one. It's called PID. PYD. Okay, where is it? GNOME terminal. Yeah, it's here. So it's 32 and 14. So let's say I want to kill this terminal. Do kill 32 14. So it's going to exit. Yeah, and press Ctrl Alt T as a shortcut. Yeah. Okay, let's go to downloads. ls. Okay, I want to open the net state. If we do ls l and h, so you can see that this net state has 48 kilobyte, which has a lot of content in it. So we don't want to open it all at the same time. Let's say I want to, for example, see only first 10. So there's a command called head and then net state. Press enter. As you can see, now we get the first 10. We can also customize it. Instead of 10, for example, we want to say 20, or we need a dash and then 15 as an example, and maybe 5. As you can see, by default it shows 10, so the 10 top. And also you can see the bottom by the command tail and net state. This is the last 10 lines. What if we do tail 5? can see only 5 lines, last 5 lines. And we reach to our end. So now you saw the most important commands that you may use a lot in your daily life as a Linux user.